Oh, that's a great response. How's it all going? Hello.
Let's go!
Hello. Go bananas. So, I am Stewart Rogers, and
I'm Ksenia Stark.
together, we're doing this in American Idol style, we are Confusion and Joy. We're an impact creator house, and that means a lot of different things. We're not going to go into that right now. We're going to go into ripping it up and starting again, why we need to ditch darketing in a Web3 world.
And you know, this stage is very special to us because actually Stewart and I, we met a year ago on this exact stage and connected based on values through community. And a lot of magical things happened. And you know, we did things differently, and we want to call upon the whole community to do it differently. Because connecting based on values as humans and being conscious about our choices, that's something very dear to us.
Absolutely. We connected among this amazing community, and you all are amazing. Then we connected on values and missions, supporting diversity, equity, inclusion initiatives, representing underrepresented communities, and we did that in the metaverse because Ksenia was leading up to amazing initiatives in the metaverse to bring those people together.
And you know, taking it further, you know, we kind of took this travel and a journey, and we want to invite you to just listen and do this kind of self-reflection, you know, of where we are right now with this whole world, with the Web3, with the developments, with innovation. And that's the story of us, of our experience, of our values. And we want to call you to do the same.
And that last community there, that's in Helsinki, where we stayed at a Burning Man community house. We brought our community together with their community, made it even bigger. And that's where we're going to be getting married next year on Midsummer's Day.
Woo! Woo! And you know, we are talking to you because we are at the forefront of Web3. But there is still a huge transition line, and we are definitely not where we want to be. And you know, we are pushing through, and we need to help the people to understand what we are doing here, understand it in a simple language and the value-based language.
Yeah, we're going from Web 2 to Web 3, and you're all at the forefront of Web 3. So we want to make sure we get these messages through because you're going to be the ones taking it forward.
And you know, let's go back a little bit in the history. And you know, internet had a very good intention, as well as you know, technology in general. And it was meant to bring us together, connect, share knowledge, and share values as a society.
But what we've done is we took our capitalist ideals and we turned the internet into a transaction machine. Transactions as fast as possible, sometimes like a Aldi Kassfrau in Berlin, throwing tins of stuff at your chest and breaking your ribs. Basically, it's going so fast, we want to get the cheapest possible, fastest possible, largest number of possible transactions through the internet at all times. And in order to make that possible, we don't just ask people to buy things and provide them with value. We abuse people. We've all been abused over the years of the internet since e-commerce became a thing.
So we would like to bring a new term, which is called darketing. And for us, darketing is like dark marketing, which is a manipulative strategies that are, aiming at overselling products, pushing you to buy, subscribe, download, because, over the years of the digital economy, we have learned how to trick people. And the world became so transactionally oriented, and the digital world, even though it had a very good intention, it also provoked another economy of capitalism, scam and fraud. And my experience is coming from media tech, and I've been building different types of digital strategies. I've been working in telecom and gambling in adult and strongly regulated financial industries. So I saw the loopholes, and it made me terribly frustrated. Where are we heading as a society, and why this happened? What triggered that?
Yeah, and if we look at darketing, there are lots of different types. For example, this is the current state of the population of the planet. Over 8 billion of us, almost 6 billion smartphones in use, over 5 billion internet users, almost 5 billion active social media users, or in my case, clones of me that then communicate with you, trying to get you to invest in their latest crypto scam. But in the case of these, this is unprecedented numbers in human history. And what does this all create? Well, it creates data. We give our data away freely. And guess what? All of those, you know the names of them all, massive multi-billion, sometimes trillion-dollar companies have been taking all of that data and now at an unprecedented level and turning that into money for themselves. It's your data, but they profit.
And another part of the darketing era is actually triggered about, our social behavior. And humans tend to follow the shiny objects. And I want to raise one shiny object to you as like a Silicon Valley model that, has been so inspiring to us over the years. And in the end, we are following the model that has 99% of the fail rate on the year one of startups. And only 30% of startups get to the year 3. So why we keep believing that this is the way to go forward?
Exactly. We hold these people up on a pedestal, but is a 99% fail rate the model we need to follow? And, we talk about Web3, but, Tim Cook says that Web3 is all about AR, which is what he really means is, I've got glasses to sell. Mark Zuckerberg, seen here in real life, that's not actually AI. Mark Zuckerberg says it's all about the metaverse. Why? Well, what he's really saying is, I want to make ads more immersive, and I'd like to actually grab all your biometric data and not just the stuff you type and the photos and videos you upload, so that I can target you better. They're making it about tech because they have tech to sell, but we don't believe that's the way forward. And if we think about the neuromarketing, taking neuroscience, taking human behavioral science, and combining that with marketing, which is what we've all been doing for the last 30 years, and getting better and better and better at it, and getting you to just buy and buy and buy, we've figured out, and so have all the social media platforms, that dopamine is the thing you love the most. We're going to hit you with dopamine one more time, one more time, one more time. Why iPhone 11, iPhone 12, iPhone 13? Each one's got, an extra camera on it, or a slightly shiny back, or, this one's got 2 microphones instead of 1. We have got really, really good at hitting your dopamine, making you feel good for a week, and then you forget that you felt good about it. And by the time you buy the one, the next one comes along. And we're just going into this huge cycle. In fact, we know that some of the operating systems that run these devices are designed to be obsolete within 18 months, so that you have to buy the next laptop. Everything is all about getting you to line up around a block, around a class building, so that you can be the first person in the queue to grab the latest thing. And that, unfortunately, we're all complicit in that, but we're complicit in it because we've been abused, we've been manipulated. We don't know that this is what they're doing to us. We're not being conscious about what we buy.
It's like, give me more, give me more, give me more. And in the end, we believe that Web3, it's not about tech. And that's what we want to put it out there, because it's the ethos that changes the way we do business and pursue growth, and how we treat each other, how we build business relations. And for us, it is about, collaboration, cooperation, co-creation, direct communication without all this middleman and transparency, as well as the community of people that connect. And it provokes the sea of change. That's how we kind of see it and feel it. It's the wave, and we can trigger the wave in a logical way. And of course, we always think of like, okay, what are the ethos? It's like just ethics, right? But in the end, ethics, they also generate new business models.
Absolutely. We want the sea of change to be all of those C's and not the one C that everyone seems to be enamored with, which is competition. Competition means everyone else has to lose, so you win. Do we really want to live in a world, a Web3 world especially, where we're trying to make everyone lose all the time? Or do we want to let everyone win all the time and help everybody grow? We talk about it being... It's interesting button clicking right here.
Yeah,
that's
right?
fine.
Amazing.
Let me just check. Oh yeah, it says it was last serviced by Thomas Edison on the back. Sorry about that. So if we think about Web3 and we look at like the honest state of Web3, we've followed exactly the same pattern as fiat and regular standard economic models. We did some analysis on the very latest on Bitcoin, and 0.029% of Bitcoin holders hold 59.85% of all the tokens. That is the same as the richest 1% owning almost all of, half the world's wealth, and the poorest owning only 0.75%. 81 billionaires have more wealth than 50% of the world combined. That comes from Global Citizen, who we did an event with in Davos. They're a wonderful organization. Look them up.
Yeah, amazing people. And another part that, honestly, what we see is happening as a pattern is that everyone keeps focusing on tech and keep putting out the dev-oriented language. It's everything about technology, bringing more developers to the protocols. But we keep forgetting that, developers and, creators, we all have different types of minds. And, the successful products, successful ecosystems that are being created when everyone is working together. And here we put an example of Conch, which is like a physical crypto, yada, 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 transactions, physical cash is like, what is happening? I already have cash. And you enter a lot of protocols or wallets and they say like, welcome to the world of on-chain activity. And you're like, who are you talking to? And then they're so surprised that no one is onboarding. It's so hard. We are focusing on sales. Let's forget marketing. Like all these decisions that are being triggered by just the wrong setup in the first place.
Yeah, I mean, there's the brilliant technical people out there creating brilliant technical solutions, but you need to have language that everyone can understand. I mean, groundbreaking flex PCBs. Last time I saw a PCB, I was building my own computer from pieces from Radio Shack. I mean, I don't even know what that is. Collaboration is the wave of change. Communities that we build, and communities, many of you are already building communities on like Discord and elsewhere, Telegram, but think about ecosystems. Communities isn't just the people in your bubble, the people that are interested in you. What about your competitors as part of your ecosystem? I used to do this. I used to pass opportunities to my competitor with all of my software companies. If I couldn't do what the customer wanted, but I knew my competitor could, I'd give them the lead and say, this one's for you. And then they learned to do the same the other way around. And we learned together to educate the whole industry and educate all the customers. So they learned about what we did faster because we could all put our efforts together on it. And when you build a community in the right way, you get crowd filtering. Who needs to spend lots of time and money and effort and guesswork, frankly, targeting when your crowd will bring other people that should be in the crowd? And if there's anyone in there behaving wrong, they'll moderate it. A little bit like Reddit. Organic growth is the way. Don't, go out there and I've got an idea, let's get $175 million for a juice box. That's the kind of attitude that Silicon Valley has put forward. And yeah, sure, it works on Google Sheets. You can make the numbers work. But organic growth is the way forward because you should be creating things that you know already through market research people want, and you know that you can make for less than they'll buy. That creates raving fans. They'll advocate for you without being asked. They don't even need to be bribed to do so, like Revolut. Maybe win 200 if you bring 5 friends.
In 5 minutes.
And impact all the way down the chain. That's super important. And an example for you is Citizen Grown. There's me interviewing Raekwon from Wu-Tang Clan. He's involved, so is Reg Snodgrass. That box in the middle there takes up 1 meter square inside your house. They give you $1,000 per month to take 1 meter square of your house. They then grow weed within that, fully internet controlled. They manage everything. They come, they harvest it, they plant the new seeds. Bam, another 1,000. That is helping underprivileged communities to get $1,000 a month. But they've created a foundation which includes all of the people in the industry all around the world to make sure that they're being educated on or they're lobbying about marijuana so that everybody wins. They're a great example of an ecosystem. And if we talk about that targeting, we spend an inordinate amount of time, money, effort, and guesswork on trying to figure out on that big wall between you and your customers, which is the vertical we're going to attack first. And then hopefully you'll get the glory hole. You'll break through the wall. But we break through the wall there, and there's only those people standing in front of the wall there. What about if you built an amazing community and ecosystem where everybody starts realizing the value we offer, word of mouth, telling everybody else about it, and then we build a great big community that pushes all the wall down from the other side at every point on the vertical. That is so much more effective and will help you to grow so much more strongly and emotionally connecting, and the people will feel like they're part of what you do.
I think it's like coming to, no, it should be another slide, man.
Yes.
And like coming back to also like crowd filtering, I think like NFT Tallinn and now BananaConf, they also know how to do the crowd filtering. And like the sound event that you also see like downstairs, and it's like when people are connecting, on just a different human level, that really creates a magic. And some people can judge us, but some people will join, and that's great. If you don't want and you are not ready to do that, it's also fine. We always find our people. And then of course, we talk about like, this pie, and the competition is basically taking a small piece of pie and then fighting over it, rather than we can create a big pie together and just get a fair share from it. And that's the real circular economy that we believe in. So it's not really just about your inner circle. You need to create value for yourself, for others, and for the whole community. So this is an ecosystem mindset. And we always like to do like the stakeholder value maps, when you really understand where you are and who are other players that contribute not just to your product, but to the mission or to the impact. So it is a joint impact-driven community that is, not visible sometimes, but you really need to understand how the money flows, how the values are flowing in the whole ecosystem you're involved in, and enable transparent business models such as co-creation and revenue share. And sometimes it is difficult to understand, what is fair, because we are all humans, and we all think, well, what's fair for me, it's not fair for you. So how do we agree, right? What is fair? And it comes down to some conscious choices that can help you understand yourself as a human, understand your value and connect with yourself. And we're really, really big fans of conscious leadership. So there is an amazing book that's called 15 Commitments of Conscious Leadership, written by amazing conscious entrepreneurs. And they put it really, really right as like mechanisms, as you as a person, you need to take radical responsibility. It means that you take responsibility for your own actions, for your own words, you stand with them. When you see that incorrect behavior is happening around you, you should point it out to other person. And being curious, curiosity is also one of the drivers. You never stop learning. You should never think, oh, I know everything. We should always be open-minded, giving chances to people and feedback, and actually evaluate people based on actions and not on their words. And we also look into conscious consumerism, because even if you're a conscious leader, on another side, you're always a consumer, because you do your daily groceries, you buy clothes, you do the daily purchases. So conscious consumerism is a term about being knowledgeable about your brand, the brand that you buy from, its values, what they stand for, when you're actually purchasing their products. And a good example, of course, for diversity, equity, and inclusion, we have like a Pride Month, where a lot of companies are coloring their logos in the rainbow. But we know not all of them are actually diverse and inclusive. And, behind the scenes, you will see that a lot of, diversity on numbers, but there is no inclusion on impact, because inclusion is about giving voice to these people and not just hiring them as assistants or actually not giving the voice.
Yep. So what we do is we take values, we take all of those values, we take creativity. Here we've got some speeches we've been doing at Dexforce Festival. We did a Tantra workshop at the Global Sales Tech Festival, made it about knowing yourself so you know the people you're selling to. Physical magazine at the Gala and Summit in Davos that we produced as part of the program. 3D, digital art, DJs, AR postcards, all of these things create an emotionally strong experience so that people will remember the education and remember the people they met.
And this is also an example of technology being for good, and leveraging it for good. And we do believe that the pillar is the impact, because impact should come first, because business per business doesn't work anymore. So we need to connect on a human level, first of all, and think as an ecosystem driven one by one impact mission. And we need to monetize in the early stages to understand this balance between, being conscious, impactful, and transactional, because without resources, we can't do things. And we need to think of different, ways to do so, and establishing transparent and fair business models.
Absolutely. And if you want to know if we are on dog food, well, we do. We do all of these things. We've been building confusion and joy in this way. We do not do any advertising. We actually have been doing almost no social media. We don't even have a proper website. We'd love you to go to it, but all that's there is a little bit of information about us because we're just teasing you mercilessly in our usual BDSM marketing way, which is, of course, brilliant,
Diverse,
sexy,
and meaningful.
it's not what you thought it was, right? Since August, we have built up an amazing amount of friends and family who we've co-created with.
And a lot of you are here.
Some of you are here, yes.
Yay!
Who we've advised, but it's not advice one way. We get information back. We've created or co-created experiences at Club Global's just ahead of MWC. We've spoken at Web Summit on the main on the big stages there. Arctic 15. We did 3 events during Davos. Vivel Network, Dexforce Festival, Future Go in Istanbul, and co-creation at Art Basel Miami. And all of that without doing any traditional marketing whatsoever, just doing all the things that we told you about since August. I literally pinch myself every day that we managed to do this, but it works. It works, and it is real, true growth. And all of the people that come to us because they see us doing this at these places, and they come to us because they see our actions, not because they believe the words we wrote on a website or in a post or in an email. That is how to really grow your business sustainably and show people that you're the ones that they should come and join the community and the ecosystem of. That's our message.
Yeah, I
Yes.
think finalizing, our keynote, I think we really appreciate all of you, and we want to get this message out because collaboration is the new marketing, and you can collaborate with each other, and please do collaborate and leverage this moment of us coming together in Tallinn, talk to us and learn about, these approaches. Be creative, more creativity is the key as well.
Yeah.
Focus on values and impact, and we are
Absolutely.
looking forward to
Yeah.
touching you.
We've loved touching you today.
Yeah.
We hope that you all go and touch each other, but not in a creepy way and with full consent. And
Yes,
if anyone's
please, full
wondering why
consent.
I'm always on the left, it's because Ksenia's always right. Thank you so much.
Namaste.